performances with Katie. I got chills when she did "Pardon Me" with Katie Turner, and then "Unconditionally" with you two was magic. How did that duet come about?
Well, how did that come about? Well, I think she wanted to sing with me, and so she reached out and said, she's interested in doing a duet. And I think the song choice was open-ended at first, and I suggested unconditionally. That was a joke that did not land well. Because you sing it, it's like unconditional, so it changes the syllabic emphasis. Anywho, yeah, I was like, yeah, let's just do this song, and meeting her and being able to sing with her was a treat, and she's gracious and down to earth, so I was glad it came about.
And a lot of fans were glad too. So, America's Got Talent has had a lot of success with its champion season, and we know that Idol did World Idol years ago, but with ABC and with a huge cast of Idol alums, if they did an all-star season, would you participate in it, and why or why not?
No, it depends on what I'm doing at the time. I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun to do something like that. If I hadn't, I don't know. If I'm available, then yeah, I think I would do it. But it all depends on what the situation looks like. It honestly, I'm so grateful for that whole experience on American Idol. But part of the strategy for a lot of people on that show is to separate themselves from the Idol branding so that they can carve out their own paths. And, I think that's what I tried to do after the show. I'm a totally independent artist right now. I got out with no attachments to any contracts or anything, which is good for me. But I think if the time were right, if the stars aligned, I think it could be really cool to do something like that.
Awesome. So, speaking of stars aligning,
yes,
you had a big duet with Mr. Ben, another great performer from our generation, Mr. Ben Platts.
Yes, I did. That was fun.
I was watching the performance of that, and he said that he literally stalked you. Was that really the case, or did his people reach out to you, or?
No, I mean, we connected on Instagram, and I didn't go through his people or anything. It was just a personal thing, and he was really gracious and asked me to, sing a duet with him on his stop in San Francisco, because at the time I was in LA, so it wasn't much trouble for me to travel. So I was stoked to be able to do that with him, and it was fun meeting his band and seeing his fans and seeing him in concert live. I'd never had the opportunity to see Ben perform, so that was a treat, and hopefully there will be more collaborations in the future.
I definitely agree on that. So you talked about your GoFundMe for your album.
Mm-hmm.
So how did it? Can you describe it, and then and your reaction to when it was completed?
So the Kickstarter campaign was, well, first of all, I couldn't have done any of that without the help of my team around me. I had my producer, Chris Schlarb, and his wife, Adriana, help me put the campaign together. they have a small label called Big Ego Records, based in Long Beach, California. And I recorded at their studio in Long Beach for the album. So they helped me put this whole campaign together, and the whole Big Ego family, which is, a whole, just take that circle and expand it with more people helping out. And, obviously the recording itself, there are probably 20 to 40 people, including the choir, that are on that record. And it was just a big project. So I was just so grateful to have all the help from everyone over at Big Ego Records. And we launched the campaign. I want to say it was late July, early August, and we met our goal in just about 3 weeks, which was we had planned to raise $25,000 originally, and we ended up raising close to like $32,000 for the album. So that was just amazing, and I just felt so grateful and lucky to have all that support around me, and I just can't wait to put the album out now.
Speaking of the album, and I'm happy that you guys met that goal. And I've seen a lot of Kickstarters. Like, I've talked to a lot of creators, and they're so thrilled when they get that goal, when they meet that goal, or even surpass it. So, have you decided like the songs are going to be on the album, and the how many tracks, and like have some of your material that like Almost Heaven would be on there?
Yes, Almost Heaven will be on the album. I'm releasing a second single. So I released Almost Heaven as a single about 3 months ago. And I'm putting out a second single called Sweet June Nectar, which is also going to be on the album, which comes out on January 15th. And yeah, it's all original tunes. It's 11 songs on the album. And there will be one more single release before the album drops. And the release date is to be announced, but it's coming up soon.
That's incredible. So, in addition to the album, have you thought about touring?
I have, yeah. That's also to be announced, but all of that will, be published in due time. But yeah, I would love to do a U.S. tour this year.
Awesome. So, do you have any, have you thought about future collaborations and with other songwriters and producers and singers? And if so, who are they?
Yeah, I have thought about that. Like I said, it was a pleasure to meet and collaborate with Ben Platt in the past and Cynthia Erivo, and I would love to sing with them again sometime. That was just so much fun, I love the Nashville scene. I've been a fan of Brandi Carlile for a long time. There's the singer-songwriter Brittany Howard from the Alabama Shakes just put out her new album. And then I've got my dream collaborations too, from mostly songwriters from before me. I would love to meet Paul Simon and get to perform with him one day. Stevie Wonder, if that ever came about. Some of my heroes, Elton John. But we'll see what the future holds, and I just keep doing what I'm doing and hope that the stars align again.
And you picked out some really good choices. I definitely see you with Elton and also with Brittany Howard, and definitely if you and Ben and you and Cynthia recorded something, it'd be magical. I can tell you that much.
Well, thank you.
Alrighty, so I have 2 more questions for you. Are you ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Alrighty, second to last question. If you had the opportunity to meet with a singer-songwriter, the aspiring singer-songwriter that's looking to get on Idol, and looking to get on like a show like Idol or The Voice or Got Talent, what would you share with them?
Well, I do have a few friends of mine who are talented singer-songwriters, and I've sort of, been in a similar situation, actually, where someone asks me, what to expect, what should I do, or just advice in general. And one thing that I touch on is that, it's just a platform at the end of the day, and whatever you can do that is unique to you, and whatever ways in which you can just share your story as authentically as you can, that's what you should focus on. I think some people overthink things and, try to do something that they think will get them to the next round, or they'll do a really popular pop song as their cover, or, they'll dress a certain way. And I think all of that is cool. Like, marketing yourself and promoting yourself is good. But if you're not doing it, the way that you'd like to, just being yourself and standing in your own self-worth, I think the other stuff is going to fall away. So I just tell people to just focus on your journey. This isn't your journey in comparison to everyone else. It is a competition, but no one can vote on your worth. That's something that you maintain yourself. So it's all about authenticity at the end of the day for me.
Awesome. So where can my listeners find you?
Well, they can find me just about anywhere on... Sorry, this cat has stepped into the screen.
Oh, no problem.
This is Otto.
Hey, Otto.
So, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. My handle for all of those is J. Lloyd Harmon. And my music is on Spotify, Apple Music, pretty much anywhere where you can find music. I've got a single out, Almost Heaven, and like I said, I'm putting out another single on January 15th called Sweet June Nectar. So I'm out there. Look me up.
Alrighty, and guys, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Jacob Elyachar. Once again, it's JACOBELYACHAR. And you can listen to this interview and other interviews on Spreaker. And if you want to read some of my articles, head over to jakestake.com. Once again, jakes-take.com. Jeremiah, I am so grateful to have you as a guest. You were phenomenal, and I expect great things from you.
Well, thank you so much, Jake. I appreciate you having me.
Alrighty, guys. Have a phenomenal day.